You know what sucks? When you vote for Donald Trump and then you realize his policies are coming for you.
Just got another letter from Immigration Services. I've made a video about this before, but I'm a U.S. citizen, born and raised in Tennessee, went to college at University of Kentucky, met my husband there. He's an immigrant. He moved over to the U.S. for college on an athletic scholarship from England. We've been married almost 3 years now. We're coming up on 3 years. So you would think he is well on his way to achieving his citizenship, or at least having his green card, right? No, wrong. And why can't he get his green card? Because his medical records aren't complete. And what is missing from his medical record? The COVID vaccine.
That was Riley Gaines, the anti-trans activist who built her whole brand on supporting Donald Trump, only to find out that her British husband now is getting deported because his papers are not in order. But these people don't care. They're just cruel.
I don't give two shits that families are being separated if somebody's getting deported. I actually find it hilarious. It gives me a great deal of comfort. I have no sympathy that your child might grow up without a father because he got sent back to Mexico or whatever. I mean, y'all are welcome to go with him. Don't forget that's an option. That's a choice that you're making, right? I don't have any sympathy for your little videos that you're making on social media with all the tears. I don't give a shit. I'm actually laughing at you that you're sitting there crying for attention. Okay. I find you guys to be subhumans.
Just to be clear, this woman thinks it's fine to rip families apart. However, her employers did not agree with her. Yup, she was fired from her job. And here's another a-hole on Newsmax.
What are you gonna do? You gonna come take it out of my ham? I'm gonna eat half this plate during the break. Maybe I'll call the ICE hotline. I don't know if I'll have enough time. Sure. All kidding aside, it was actually really good taco. These people broke the law.
So he's eating tacos to say, get out of this country, I'm taking your food. I don't even know what he was doing, to be quite honest with you. But then Donald Trump escalated the whole thing to another level.
I'm also signing an executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000-person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back, so we're going to send them out to Guantanamo. This will double our capacity immediately, right? And tough. That's a tough place to get out of.
Ah, yes, Guantanamo Bay, the place that has such a great reputation for how America treats others. We want to send migrants and other immigrants who might be undocumented to Guantanamo. That's a great idea. I think that's a great idea because Guantanamo really has done a great job with our image around the world, with the way we've treated people in a humane way. Yes, we should definitely send them there. This is insane. And by the way, we knew this was coming because when you try to deport, according to his numbers, 11 million, 15 million, 20 million, whatever, it kept changing during the campaign. At some point, you're going to need places to hold those people. So whether it's Guantanamo or there's going to be camps, like concentration camps, that are probably going to be built by his friends who will privatize it just like they have with jails, and they'll make money off of this. He's just going to have a bunch of people sitting in these transition places on their way back to the country that they came from. Why is this all happening? Well, according to Trump and MAGA, it's because all these immigrants are criminals. Well, the truth is, the biggest threat to Americans are Americans. Like the people in January 6th who stormed the Capitol and tried to overthrow the government and attacked police and would have hung Mike Pence if they'd gotten to Mike Pence, and probably would have also attacked Nancy Pelosi and who knows done what to her. They all did the worst of the worst. They all beat the cops. They beat the blue. They tased the blue, and Donald Trump let them out. So is he really serious about criminals, or is he just trying to scapegoat immigrants? Because that's what America loves to do. Not just America, any country. Whenever they got problems, rather than dealing with the problems, they blame immigrants. Immigrants are taking your jobs. They're not taking your jobs. When was the last time You saw someone that was not an immigrant, a citizen, an American citizen, being like, you know what? I'm going to go pick all the fruits in the middle of California. I'm going to go sit in the hot sun and bake in the hot sun and pick fruits and do whatever it takes to make $1. There might be a handful of people that do that, but most of these Americans that are complaining, most of the MAGA folks are not the kind of people. I guarantee you that girl who made that really cruel video is by no means taking any job that an immigrant took. She needs a job because she got fired for just being a really bad person.
I mean, y'all are welcome to go with them. Don't forget that's an option. That's a choice that you're making, right?
I was going to use the B word, but I'll just call her a really bad person. Maybe she will get one of the jobs that the immigrants are leaving. Maybe she will. I don't know. But the truth is, most immigrants come to this country and they're good people. They help this country. They work hard. Anyone who is exposed to anybody that comes from another background knows that most of those people are here to work hard. Most of those people are fleeing a bad situation. They were persecuted in their own country. They come to the border, political asylum. I need help. America has always been the beacon of help for the world. Come to us and become part of us. And many of them do. And yes, there are criminals that come in as well. And if there are criminals, then arrest them. And if they're criminals who violate the law and they don't have the documentation to be in this country, the law actually says that you can deport those people. So yeah, go ahead. If someone's committed a heinous crime, deport them. But we see how hard it is, first of all, to get to this country. You saw that first girl, Riley, there, with her husband, who is British, who's been trying to get his citizenship for a long time. It's a long vetting process, including medical, like she said, but there's a lot of other hoops you got to jump through. You get vetted until you become a citizen. And so these people who go, oh my God, these people are coming in and they're taking over, that's not happening. It's just not happening. Again, it's not to say that there aren't some people here illegally. It's not to say that there aren't some people here who are committing crimes. They probably are. But proportionally speaking, statistics show American citizens commit more crimes than immigrants. I'm an immigrant. I was born in Iran. I came to America. I've paid my taxes. I'm contributing to the American way. If it weren't for immigrants, you wouldn't have Silicon Valley. You understand? If it weren't for a lot of immigrants, you wouldn't have the fruits that you're eating. You wouldn't have half of the construction that you're seeing. You wouldn't have any of those things. All those things would be gone. And or if we really wanted to say, okay, you know what? We're going to go ahead and have people like that, these two girls that we saw earlier, we're going to have them do those jobs. Well, then we'd end up in a situation where they would be demanding, because they're American citizens, say, I'm demanding higher wages, which then would raise the prices of the fruits that you're buying. And then you would come back and complain and be like, fruits are too expensive because Riley and that other girl are picking the fruits. So which way do you want it? Which way do you want it? How cruel can we be? It's just cruelty. It's one thing to say, look, again, you committed a crime, we're going to take care of you. It's another thing to say, we're going to take you guys, throw you in Guantanamo. Listen, if you have some people that are murderers or violent criminals and you want to hold them in some prison because they're beyond help, all right, fine. That's a discussion we can have, and you can hold them in that prison. But do you know how many people that aren't criminals end up in these things? They've been arresting people that aren't criminals that either have a expired visa or are undocumented, but they've been living their lives doing, good in America, and they've been finding those people and deporting those people. And not to mention, there's some people that are citizens that just happen to be a little too tan. Your skin's a little too tan, whether you're Mexican or Guatemalan or Native Americans. They actually stopped some Native Americans, asking them to prove that they're citizens. They were here before any of us. And now this whole agency has been emboldened to go and do this. And it's just cruel. Once again, the difficulty here, ladies and gentlemen, is that there's no sympathy. There's no empathy. There's one way, that lady that we saw earlier who was just acting just totally unsympathetic. There's one way that she could have worded what she was saying, where she could have said, listen, folks, I don't want to see kids in cages. I don't want to see families separated. However, if we have to do that, because we feel that we need to do it because we're trying to get rid of some people who actually have violent crimes on their records and we need to get rid of them, okay, That's a conversation we can have. If you're going to present it like that, let's have that conversation. Yes, if the person that's being deported is a murderer and that means that they need to be separated from their family, okay, I can see a point there, but that's not what she said. She was just being across the board. I don't care about you guys because you were born in another country and I'm lucky enough to be born in this country. Like the guy eating the taco. What a bozo.
Will you come take it out of my ham?
What an absolute bozo. You know how lucky you are to have been born in America and for you to turn around and rather than sharing the dream of America, just taunt people like that? By the way, I don't think any of the immigrants that are in trouble are watching Newsmax because I don't know who watches News. I guess the right-wing nut jobs watch Newsmax. Although maybe they should watch Newsmax because Newsmax will probably tell them what city is being raided next. But we're in a cruel, cruel time, ladies and gentlemen, and it's being led from the top down. Guantanamo, that's what he said, Guantanamo, top down. So, what do? I would say be kind to others, especially those in need. Support the churches that are supporting some of these folks who are worried about their safety. Support these families if you can, because that's what I think America is, and it's absolutely not what these others that we saw in this video are, which are just bad, bad people. If you're gonna deport somebody, let's deport taco eating guy, Riley girl at the top, and the girl in the middle who got fired. Let's deport them. We don't need those kinds of people here, do we? Guys, I'm comedian Maz Jobrani. I've got a special on YouTube. It's called The Birds and the Bees. Check it out. Leave a comment. Let me know you came from TYT. And come see me live. I'm on tour. MazJobrani.com. Get your tickets.